Alright, hi guys, welcome back to PKFX YouTube trading channel. So today is Sunday and the market is pretty much closed right now. So as usual, we do our top-down analysis to go through the weekly buyers, daily buyers and the 4-hour buyers. I've shortlisted the pairs that I'm interested in trading for the next few days. So without further ado, I'll quickly start and try to make it quick. GBPCAD, this will be the first pair. Weekly is currently bullish, daily as well is bullish, and the 4-hour is a sell. I see that the market has retraced over here, and last week it has held as a support. And if I look back, this is pretty much a very strong support, where if we are testing from below, we get rejected, testing from below, we get rejected, testing from below, get rejected, testing from below, get rejected, right? So multiple structure points over here forming this particular zone, where now I'm testing from above and it rejects towards the upside. So I'm testing back again from above and I'm expecting this week to reject to the upside. So that's GBPCAD, weekly buy, daily buy. 4-hour currently is a sell, but if it breaks above over here and comes back and pull back for a retest, and if the EMA is also coming in as a support, then I'm looking for a potential buy. So that's GBPCAD. Moving on to the next pair, that will be NZDCAD. So NZDCAD over here, I see that the market has been bouncing from this support region, and I'm looking at a potential breakout from this area, moving on to the next area over here. So far, I see that if we are testing from below, it gets rejected, testing from below, it gets rejected, and even previously as well, testing from below, and it keeps getting rejected. So it's pretty risky to enter immediately, though weekly is a buy and daily is also buy. This is the higher high and this is the higher low. I'm looking for potentially the 4-hour to continue its rally towards the upside, and if I want to say that I'll be confident to enter this trade, that is when it breaks above this area of interest, comes back, make a pullback for a retest, and then if it shows that it's going to continue towards the upside, then it may be logical enough to enter for this trade, where I see that it can go all the way to retest the next box over here. So yeah, NZDCAD, I'm looking for a buy as well. So GBPCAD buy, NZDCAD as well is a buy. Now moving on to the next pair over here would be EURGBP. So EURGBP, this pair, I was expecting it to pull all the way up here and then reject from this area, but looks like it's kind of curving towards the downside. So probably I'm not going to get the pullback up to this area to retest these structure points, and maybe this is actually going to be holding as a resistance, and eventually market will curve and push towards the downside. So the weekly trend is a sell. This is the lower low, this is the lower high, decent pullback, so I'm expecting for a push towards the downside. If I look at the daily and the 4-hour, they are still a buy. So I need the candle, the daily candle, to push below over here and close below over here, changing the daily buyers from a buy into a sell, and any sort of a pullback would be a good entry point to enter for a continuation sell towards the downside. It's a bit dangerous, I would say, to enter right now over here, though it's a better entry point. It's being slightly high above over here, looks like it's curving, and the daily EMA is coming in as a resistance as well. But again, the daily bias right now is bullish. The last thing we know, it could literally just break above and continue towards the upside, right? So I need the market to show its hand first. I need the market to break below first, and then a pullback would be a good entry point for me for a Euro GBP sell. Next will be CADJPY. So CADJPY, I think the JPY pairs are going to continue to trend towards the upside. So currently the weekly is actually a sell, so I'm talking about a counter trend trade over here. In fact, the daily as well is a sell, but it doesn't seem to be pushing back to a sell. It just broke past through this zone. It came over here. The daily EMA did not even act as a resistance. It broke above the daily EMA, came back again. I thought it's going to break below, but it actually held, and the last few days it closed above the daily EMA. So right now only the 4-hour is bullish. The daily and the weekly is still bearish. but I'm looking at any sort of a potential pullback into this zone again may just provide me the next rally towards the upside, because I think the JPY pairs is actually making its way towards the upside, and eventually it's going to break and make a new all-time high and just going to keep pushing higher and higher. This is my expectation. So if I get some sort of a pullback, then I'm looking at CADJPY for a potential buy. Next is NZDUSD. NZDUSD, I'm looking for a potential sell. Why? Because whenever I come to this structure point over here, I get rejected. I come to the box over here, the structure point over here, same thing, I get rejected. So similar push towards the upside. I'm looking at a potential sell, mainly when this is a sell on a weekly basis. This is the lower low, and all the way up here is the lower high. Now, given that this week it breaks above here, the weekly will shift from a sell into a buy. But right now, weekly is still a sell, and I still believe there is a potential opportunity over here for a push towards the downside. The daily bias right now is a buy, and the 4-hour is also a buy. So it's pretty tricky over here. If I'm going, though it's a pro trend trade, I'm going against the 4-hour and the daily very strong buy momentum. So I need to see a clear pattern of it breaking below and then a pullback. Then I can consider for a potential sell towards the downside. Now, I can also be tricked over here, because this particular pullback that I'm expecting, right, it could literally just retest this structure point by coming back down here, and then instead of coming back as a retest over here, it could literally just break towards the upside. So this is a lot of expectation that I'm putting in this particular pair. I need to wait for the pair to show its hand first before I can make the entry, but I'm expecting similar candles, red candles like this, potentially to form over here. That's NZDUSD. I'm looking for a potential sell. Moving on to USDCHF, a continuation sell towards the downside. This is a bit tricky as well. Right now, from a weekly perspective, though we are a sell, it is pretty much at the low point on a weekly candle. And if I look at a daily as well, this is the lower low, this is the lower high over here. So I would say daily is still a sell as well, and had a decent pullback. So any sort of a curvature over here, I can look for a potential entry towards a sell. And the 4-hour as well is currently a sell with a pretty decent pullback. If I see some sort of a rejection from this area, then it could be a potential sell towards the downside. So weekly sell, daily sell, 4-hour sell, I'm looking for a sell for USDCHF. Bear in mind that this was also the trade where we had the inverse head and shoulders over here that did not play out. Let me just get the marker over here for easy reference. So this was pretty much the inverse head and shoulder at a weekly level, right, that pretty much broke the neckline over here, came back to retest, and we were expecting it to continue to push towards the upside, but unfortunately it broke towards the downside. So now I believe it's going to just continue to trend towards the downside. This is my expectation. So let's see what the market does. But yeah, weekly sell, daily sell, 4-hour sell, I'm looking for a potential sell. Moving on to GBPJPY. Now this pair, again, JPY pairs, I believe they're going to continue to rally towards the upside. So even though the weekly is a sell, it came all the way down here, it wicked and held the daily EMA as a support, and then it is pushing towards the upside. The daily, sorry, that was the weekly. The daily as well is a sell, but the daily EMA is also coming in as a support, pretty similar to the other JPY pairs as well. We had a very strong daily engulfing candle. So any sort of a pullback, I expect for a continuation rally towards the upside. Having the 4-hour in our favor, I believe any sort of a pullback, like this sort of pullback over here, to retest this structure points over here, right, will result in another push towards the upside. That is my expectation for this. So yeah, GBPJPY, I'm looking for a potential buy as well. On top of that, I have 3 other pairs that I'm just keeping it standby. That would be EURUSD, any sort of a pullback towards this zone, I'm looking for a potential buy. Why? Because the weekly is a buy, the daily is a buy, the 4 hours is a buy. If I get a pullback, I want to buy. AUD, USD, same thing as well. Weekly is a buy, daily is a buy, 4 hours is a buy. So if I get a pullback, I want to enter for a buy. And then GBPAUD, in this case, the weekly is a sell, daily is a sell, and 4 hours is a sell. So if I get a break below this area, any sort of a pullback to retest this structure point, I may consider for a potential sell towards the downside. But these pairs, they are not in my zone of interest yet. So I don't know if this will happen immediately this week, but I'm still keeping an eye on these pairs. And finally, gold. Gold has been just pushing and pushing and pushing towards the upside. Gold weekly is pretty much a buy at its highest point right now. Daily is also a buy, right? And even if I look at the 4 hour, pretty much it's also at its highest point over here. So any sort of a pullback to retest this structure point over here, the previous structure point, and then if I see a potential curvature towards the upside, I may enter for a gold buy trade as well. So that's about it, guys. That's pretty much it. That's all the pairs that I'm looking at for a potential entry for the upcoming days. And I wish you guys the very best. Good luck and take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.